and great Lord deemed them to silence, and though so they have been casted in a perpetual darkness, here they lay and discover one another indeed. Soon Satan soon discovers, and wealth a ring, and by his side, and one next himself in power, and next in crime, long after the known in Palestine, and named Beelzebub, and to whom the archenemy and his hence in heaven, and Satan, and bold words, and breaking his horrid science, and thus began.
If how thou bees thee, how have fallen in such a travesty as now misery is within us. Whom doth see the darkness that we are in, knows it is not so, all is not lost, the unconquerable will, and the study of revenge, immortal hate, and courage never to submit or yield, we are thus on the brink of a wonder and lost in thought.
Hem thus answered, soon he bold compere,
O Prince, chief of throned power, all is not so lost as they may think. This sentence is not a prison of eternity, as one may believe, for you are great, dear conqueror, and thus can lead us to hope.
Yes, thou speakst the truth. We are thus led on one conclusion. Out of our evil seek to bring forth good, or our labor must be prevent that end, and out of good still to find means of evil. Receive thy new possessor, one who brings a mind not to be charged by place or time. The mind is its own place, and itself can make a heaven of hell, a hell of heaven. Better to reign in hell than serve in heaven. Let us call now our council and decide our next move.
Such true, my great prince. Their surest sigil, they will soon resume new courage and revive, though now they lie groveling and prostrate on yon lake of fire. Let us awake them.
Then were they known to men by various names and various idols throughout the heaven's world, and thus are called by Satan and introduced, and such as Moloch, Balaam, and Mammon, among others, for which each are installed into viewers of mind, and thus.
O myriad of immortal spirits, O powers mathless, but with the Almighty indeed, how can such a thing hath be, if those exile hath emptied heaven, shall fail to reascend, self-raised, and repossess this native seat? Are we to open war, and thus reside as this can be? Come, a council we must press on with.
Satan thus calls them, thus, and all gathered, hell is built, and a great council is now presided.
High on a throne of royal state, whether of open war or covert guile, we now debate. Who can advise me may speak.
First to speak is Moloch.
I say we to war. Let those who must continue set about that task. The rest of us and the best of us will fight. Let them stay who wish to dwell in this abhorrent den of shame. We shall fight with hell's fury and flames. We shall turn these tortures set here for us on the torturer. This hell hath burned and scarred us, but we are stronger for it. Knowing what waits below, we will not let ourselves be pushed back again. Even to be destroyed would be better than that. Even if failure befalls us, we have the power enough to spoil his heaven, which, if not victory, is yet revenge.
His words are weighed by many stand by him, but next is heard by low.
I agree there is no straighter path in war, but it is a straight path to a quick and fruitless end. The spires of heaven are impregnable, and the borders filled with his armies. And even were our insurrection to breach their defenses, and the sun could not stand against his incorruptible light, my voice dissuades, for what can force or guile achieve with him, or who can deceive him that views of all things in one view, who sees and derides all motions here? Any action against such a foe will fail. I say we sustain ourselves and bear this place, that maybe our supreme foe may relent. Maybe these raging fires will slacken if his breath not stir the flames. This horror will grow mild, this darkness light. We know not what chances we have yet, then maybe dashes if we fight.
Finally, after 2,000 years, 600 days, 40 hours, it is so Beelzebub speaks a wondrous idea that is the most amazing thing and wonderful and great and awesome and so cool, it's so awesome, it's like pie.
What if we find some easier enterprise? There is a place, another world, the happy seat of some new race called man. Some advantageous act may achieved by sudden onset, either with hell fire to waste his whole creation, or possess all as our own. This would surpass common revenge, and interrupt his joy. But first, whom shall we send in search of this new world? Whom shall we find sufficient?
This enterprise none shall partake but me.
Meanwhile, the adversary of God and man, Satan, puts on his swift wings and towards the gates of hell, explores a solitary flight, and Satan reaches the gates and sees two shapes, a woman and another of no distinguishable shape. The woman thus speaks.
Art thou that traitor angel? Art thou he? Back to thy punishments you must go. O Father, hast thou forgotten me then? In darkness, while thy heat flames thick and fast threw forth, till on the left side opening wide I was born thus.
What? What?
Into hell I also succumbed thus, and in which time this powerful key into my hand was given, with charge to keep these gates ever shut. Pensive here until my womb pregnant by thee, and offspring I thus spat out, death.
Dear daughter, since thou believe I thee sire, and my fair son here showest me, believe when I preach, I come no enemy, but to set free. To the world of man I am to go and supply our worlds with them.
The key of this infernal pit by due. Art thou my father? Thou art my author. Whom should I obey but thee? Whom follow?
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.